where you take enlightened entrepreneurs, coaches, and influencers together to discuss cutting-edge topics in the world of relationships, culture, business, and spirituality. And here's your host, Miss Carol Boston.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Intuitive Entrepreneur Show. Now, you know we've been talking, so you got to keep following because the name of this show just may well change. And those of you who follow me know one thing about me for sure, right? I'm your weather girl. Let me tell you, I wish I could show you a picture of what's going on here in Fort Lauderdale. I'm currently cat sitting on Hendricks Isle. I am right on the water. Cat sitting Teddy. He says that's Mr. Roosevelt to you, Persian. And the cars that are parked on the street, the water's already halfway up the wheel well. It started raining yesterday. Some places got 6 inches. Where I'm at, we got 3.5. Today, we're getting even more. And it is flooding, pouring, and it's supposed to do this all the way through Friday. Some places yesterday, in one day, got as much as they normally get in a month.
Well, is your car safe?
My car is safe right now. It's the place where it's parked is on a little bit of an incline. I went out and checked it before the show and I took pictures. I'll have to send you a picture, Max. I sent a picture to Jeff and he's like, same thing. Is your car safe? And it is pouring. I wish you could see it. It's amazing. How are you, Max? And what's the weather like where you are?
Well, the weather is nice and sunny here in Pennsylvania.
What's the temperature?
I don't know the temperature, and it's something I should know. I don't concern myself with it because it is what it is. But I believe the day was supposed to be one of the hottest or muggiest days in the Pennsylvania area, but I'm in the house.
Good for and the AC. Where would we be without AC? So I'm excited,
I
Max.
think that we could survive with it.
No, I couldn't survive without AC. Trust me. It'd be like, just shoot me now. I'm so done. I'm so hot natured. Oh.
Well, I don't want to shoot. So we'll make sure you always have air.
Thank you.
That's the go.
So yeah, we've been chatting and I've been chatting with Jeff. We're looking at making some changes to the show. And today I'm excited because we're going to talk about cracking codes because Max cracked her code for me.
Did I?
Right before we came on this. Yes, you went on, you cracked your code. Now, if you look at my name, Max, it says Carol Boston, NBKA. NBKA. That's my code. Your code is NKBA. It's NKBA. So the fact that you're in, and I can send you a 20-point questionnaire and we can see how high your N is, what the numbers actually are, because my N and my B are very, very close. Your N tells me, right, that you're a nurturer. You like connection. You like relationship. You like eye contact. You like hugging. You're all about community, right? Makes sense?
The hugging, no, but community, everything else, yes.
So you don't like hugs?
No. Mm-mm.
I didn't know that, but had I thought about it.
I give them, but I don't like them.
Okay. Your K is your number 2 code. Your K is very high. Most Ks don't like to be touched. So that's when you look at the person's whole code, it explains a lot.
Now, let me just say, that might be a little weird. I don't mind being touched. However, you would have to be someone very close to me, or you'd have to catch me off guard. So there you go. And I don't know if the touching thing is like after COVID or whatever, but I don't think I really like to hug anyway. Now, I love nurturing. I love family. I love friends. I love the fact that all of my Facebook friends know each other.
Yep.
So if you need something, you can go to them and get it. I love that. I love that my Facebook friends talk. They get together. They do things. And I don't have to be there. So I love bringing people together. I love people thriving off of each other. However, I don't like for everybody to hug me. I'm not a hugger, and I've been at expos and people want to hug me and I'll give you the elbow, or because that's good for me. That means it's the same thing. That's my hug.
Well, and that's because your K is probably very high and close to your N. People who are Ks let's talk just a little bit about K's. And I left my glasses at work the other day, so I had to get some new reading glasses. And these happen to be ones that block the blue rays. And guess what? They block everything else. It's all total reflection. So I can't wear them the whole time. So here's what K's value. They value learning, intelligence, logic, self-mastery, research and development, science, universal truths, expertise, competency, accuracy, and the big picture. But K's, as a personality, don't typically like to be touched. People who are high ends, like me, I love hugs. I told you I'm known as the shake your hand, give you a hug girl. And so when you greet someone who's really high nurturing, they typically like to get hugs. B's are more formal. B's like handshakes.
I just, here you go, take that.
I'd be like, yeah, don't even, if you're not going to hug me, just don't even give me the elbow bump, right? I'll be looking at you, Max, like, just blow me a kiss.
Like, you know what it is? I'm going to say, have you ever been in a place where, like, if you go to an expo or something, and at least 80 people want to hug you? Have you ever had that happen?
I don't know if I had 80, to be honest.
I'm going to tell you something. It's a lot. It's a lot. I've been doing what I do for a long time. And it's not that I can't appreciate how it affects people. I just don't want to be hugged 80 times because it doesn't make it special if I hug you or if I hug Jeff or Daquan. That's special to me.
Mm-hmm.
So just hugging everybody is a no. Now, I will hug you. I will hug Jeff, Daquan, and the people that are closest to me. Okay? I would even hug Europa because she's excellent. Okay? However, not just everybody. And it doesn't mean that I don't love them or care about them. It's just special.
Well, think about how powerful it would be if all of these people who were coming up to you to hug you knew your code and they knew that that was not your preference, was to hug. They would honor and respect that. There was a gentleman at the leadership conference that I went to where I was first cracking people's codes. You went online and did it, but I also have a deck of 4 cards that are similar to what you saw online. And I had been observing this gentleman. And one of the things I'm learning to do, I'm not an expert yet, is speed code. And it means you don't even have to fill these out. And I can speed code. So I knew just from some things that he said, how his whole demeanor, what he was interested in, that he was a high K. So I just handed him the cards. I didn't try to shake his hand, didn't try to hug him. I handed him the cards. He gave them back to me. And sure enough, he was a high K. And I said, I knew that. And he said, how did you know? And I said, you don't like to be touched, do you? And he said, no, I don't. Think about that, because I'm the girl that used to want to go hug everybody because that's my dominant code. But now I get to respect where other people are. I'm going to put this out there to you, Max, because you know people who know people who know people. I am telling you right now, if we could get this, if they were willing, and we could get this system taught to Jennifer Aniston and Ben Affleck, they could save their marriage. Guaranteed. I've seen it save marriages because it's what it teaches you is it's not personal. It's personal.
No, but it also, that it's good to know that with everyday people. And it's good to know it, I guess it's sort of like the love languages and everything too. But sometimes people, like if I know your language and you know my language, I still have to be willing to honor you as a person. Okay?
Absolutely.
So that's the whole thing. I need to want to honor you. And a lot of people are for the streets. They don't want to honor people. So if we honor people, it would be excellent. We could get along, we could do a lot of things, but there you go.
Exactly. It was all over major news this morning, yesterday. This guy down in Miami at this 40 unit apartment building, all elderly people, right? Mm-hmm. Fixed incomes or living, with support from whatever the government, Social Security. He doesn't like the maintenance worker, so he shoots him. And then he pours gasoline and sets the whole freaking place on fire. Now 40 apartments are empty and they don't have homes. He did not only respect He not only didn't respect the maintenance, he doesn't respect people in general.
Well, now he's going to be in a place where no one's going to respect him.
Exactly.
I mean, that's going to. But something has to snap within them, because you have to know that you're going to the big house, right?
Yeah. How could you not?
I don't know, but I just don't think people pay attention to that. But you got to know that that's where you're going. That's next stop. Jail.
Well,
do not collect your $200. Hell, just burn everything in your house, because you're going to be there for the rest of your life.
Exactly. But think about that. When I teach and train on empowering questions, one of the things I say, when emotions go up, intelligence goes down. So I think in the heat of emotion, these people are not thinking about jail. They're not thinking about never getting out again, because they're enraged and they're allowing everything they do to be run by their emotions.
Now I'm going to have to use it. I wish you hadn't said that, because
what? It's true.
I know, but I hear it in my sarcastic voice when something happens. I'm going to be like, so your emotions are up and your intelligence is way down.
That's right.
We're going to have to pull that little thing up.
The thing is,
but I hope it. I'm going to say it. I'm waiting to say it. In fact, let me be clear. When this is over, I'm going to say it on Facebook. And I'm going to say I got it from Carol. So if you don't like it, don't give me any smoke. Give all the smoke to Carol.
Well, here's the thing. It's true, but people associate it most of the time, Max, with anger, right? They think their emotions are only out of control when they're angry or upset, but it isn't true. One of the examples I give when I'm giving my talks and stuff, and I just laugh, I go, think about the woman who goes to Las Vegas to have a fun weekend. She wakes up the next morning in bed with some dude she doesn't know and a ring on her finger, and she's like, WTH. Her emotions were out of control, but she was having fun, but they were out of control. So whether it's out of control happy or out of control anger, rage, anytime our emotions are out of that high and out of control, we make poor decisions. We get clouded.
Now, I'm going to say that's Carol's version. You wake up in Atlantic City with a ring on and you're married. But I'm going to say this. You wake up in Atlantic City with a strange, and you don't know how you did it, and you didn't use a condom.
Oh,
that's
boy.
Out of control. That's how it normally happens. You don't get a ring. Just want to let you guys know there's nothing open at 2 a.m. in the morning but legs. No ring stores. So don't get out of control. I'm just being honest.
I know.
But Carol is very nice. See, we're two different sugar bombs.
We're totally two different sugar bombs. Like, that would not be something that rolls off my tongue. The only thing open at 2 a.m. is legs. I mean, I wouldn't say that.
You just say that. She's just.
It's not even comfortable to say it right now. That's just not me.
But that's okay. That's okay. That's what makes us unique.
Exactly. So if you could give one insight to our audience today, what's on your heart and on your mind that you want to share?
Wow. It's this is a time of growth and going in and building for me right now. I have a lot of friends who are not feeling well, who've had surgeries. So I want to say hi to Helena and my friend Minx and a few other friends, maybe 4 or 5 friends. And I want to say how glad I am, how I'm healthy and that I'm okay. But my heart goes out to everyone who's going through things. And this is a week for people who have been going through things. So I just want to send out prayers to those people.
I hear you. I met a young man when I went to my father's funeral. He was the Lyft driver that picked me up in Amarillo. 30 years old. His name is Drew. Mm-hmm. My nephew, I'm sorry, he's 28. His name is Drew. My nephew's name is Drew, and he's 30, and he was coming. And he and I just hit it off and clicked. He and his wife are expecting their 4th child. And he texted me the other day for prayers because their daughter, which they're going to name Geraldine, they were just told is going to need heart surgery as soon as she comes out of the room and may need multiple surgeries. And they're having to pack up their whole family, the other 3 kids, and moved from Amarillo down to, I believe it's Austin. They were going to Austin, Texas, where there were specialists there to do this type of thing.
Well, I'm going to add into that prayer, but what a fabulous name. When I was little, there was a comedian who used to do this skit, and the name he used was Geraldine. And I used to think that was such a fabulous name, Geraldine.
That was Richard Pryor.
Well, Richard Pryor or Red Fox, I think it was. But I didn't look it up, but I used to always love that name because it's such a name. It's an old name, but it's a powerful old name, yes. Geraldine.
Yep.
Well, my heart goes out to the family, and I will be sending prayers.
That's kind of you. I appreciate you. Well, hello, Miss Kathleen Tyner. She says, hey, Miss Carol. Kathleen, say hello to Max, a.k.a. Sugar Bomb. Kathleen might remember you because she used to come to my Carol's Craft Cocktail shows when you came some of the time. Even though you stayed off screen, you came sometimes.
Well, now I'm on screen. I just, So what else do I need to know about my little test that I took, my little 4-card shuffle?
That your third position, my third position is K. Your third position is B. That's where you go under stress. B's are blueprints. They're all about the process, the procedure, the rules, stick to the facts, right? So under stress, you're not the girl that's like, hey, having fun. You're like, stick to the facts. As a matter of fact, I'll read you some of the values of B's. B's like stability, structure, systems, planning. They love predictability. So under duress, right? That's one of the things you might go to is what's predictable. Duty, rules, credentials, titles, tradition, and responsibility. So how accurate is that for you?
I have a question. How does that work in with me being psychic?
I don't know. I'll have to ask my coach and trainer. I don't know.
A lot of it is true, except the stress part. The stress part, and I believe the stress part would probably be true if I didn't have a psychic ability, because I'm always in the land of spirit.
That's a great question.
I'm sure God is in heaven with hair whiter than mine's, like, this chick. A lot. Well, you made me, man. You made me. So
that's exactly right.
But, it is true. It is true. It is true. But when I remember when I was Max, who was lightly living in my spirituality, I probably would be stressed. But now that I'm Max that walks in both worlds, no, because if I can't do it, I will just say when it can get done. And I don't put that added pressure or stress or anything.
And well, think about when you had arguments with Alex. Where did you go in your stress code? You will never convince me that you're never under any duress. Everybody has some form of stress.
Unless my mom is sick, well, she's in heaven, or something happened to Daquan, then no, because it tears down my body and I can't function. So when I was in arguments with Alex, I would have to do everything not to be a Max you don't know. And being psychic has a huge responsibility. It means just because you have the power to know something, you can't use it against a person. So that's why we probably came up with the names of Alex and blah, 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 because at the end of the day, Alex isn't always Alex. Alex is my friend, whether whether things are going right with Alex or not. I had to learn that. So, and raising men children, I had to quickly pull myself into spirit. So if I think back before I became me, I would say that that would be 100%. I would be stressed. That's how I got cancer. So the reason why I don't get stressed now is because I don't want cancer. So
I
I had
hear you.
100% in spirit. So now you, in order to get me now, you have to come really hard. I mean, of course, you've been on my Facebook page. You know how it goes there. It's welcome to the jungle. We got plans for you.
Exactly.
But I don't cave. And yesterday, today is Wednesday, so Monday, I was at the gym and I was talking to this super, super awesome young lady, and we were walking after boxing, and she said, I don't know how we got on we were talking about people, and grape came up, the big grape thing came up. And I believe if it is 100%, 190% for sure that you were out graping people or you did the grape.
I don't know what that is. What is the grape?
Um, just take off the G.
Oh, okay.
So if you did the grape, and it can be proven that you've done it, okay? No he say, no me too. You have done it. The consequence needs to be severe. And she felt like, well, if it was your first time, you know, you shouldn't be in jail for a long time. You should do your jail time and people should forgive you. You shouldn't be castrated. But, in other countries, you would be.
Yep.
you know and she said, the person that it happened to, they can get therapy, they're going to be okay.
Mm.
And so my little blue card, because the card that we're talking about, guys, is blue. So on my
Yep.
little blue card, that I know is the blue card, the stress card, I didn't get stressed, I just stopped talking. And my friend Terry looked at me, and so she started talking to the young lady because she's like, Max is going to smash her, but I'm not, because I'm this Max now. But I just had to, I stopped talking. I will stop talking. I will disengage. I will use phrases like, hey, can I call you back later? Or can we talk about this later?
But see, I'm going to jump in because that's because you have a higher level of awareness than a lot of people. So
Yeah,
for people who don't have that higher, or even for people who haven't done the personal development work, this tool can be absolutely invaluable. I'm going to read
yeah.
something from the comments real quick. Kathleen says hi, and she said it's Flip Wilson was
Oh, I know.
Geraldine.
Oh my God. Thank you, Kathleen. I gotta watch a couple of episodes.
And
But
Kathleen wrote,
it's like
she wrote, hold on. She wrote Geraldine Jones here, keeper of the flame, right? That was Geraldine. And then she says, if Max has any messages for me, I'm open to them. So if you got a message for Kathleen Tyner, she's open for a message. Kathleen's out in California and she's gone through her own health challenges.
I'm going to be with my boys Stefan and Terrell, probably on Facebook one day this week or this weekend, doing reading. So if we're friends, just message me there. So I'll put it in the proper form, or I'll tag you so that we're there.
Awesome. So one of the things she wrote down that is interesting. Kathleen says, after you told your story of the girl who said, oh, they shouldn't, whatever, and they shouldn't be castrated, Kathleen wrote down misplaced mercy.
Mm-hmm.
Misplaced, misguided.
And she's absolutely right. She's right.
Yeah.
But I work in the world of relationships and people, and just imagine if someone takes your bag, snatches your bag and your keys and your photo ID and your credit cards. Yes, you can replace all those things, but what about the trauma that it cost you? How much time is it going to take for you to get over that trauma? And that's just snatching a bag from you. If you're in a car accident, look at that trauma. So imagine someone taking something personal from you. That's a lot.
Oh, yeah. I've been there. I get it.
It's a lot. And I just think, I know that people have family members who have done things like that. And a lady not too long ago, she had to turn her son in.
Mm.
So her son's wife seen a video of him doing that to someone. Okay.
Mm.
And she knew it was her husband, and she couldn't turn him in. So she called his mom, and his mom had to turn him in, because that was the right thing to do. And prayers go out to her, because as a mom, I'm sure that was hard.
I
You
bet.
know? But let me understand. The thing about it is I don't understand, because I live in Pennsylvania, and in Erie, PA, that's the great capital of Pennsylvania, believe it or not, because it's
Okay.
so bad there, you know. And they
Mm-hmm.
said, oh, well, there's no jobs, and I'm sorry, what? No jobs? Is that why you're doing it? Because you lost your job? Okay. Okay.
I
I
was
just,
listening earlier to a lady, one of my mentors. Her name is Nirka, and we don't have time left. We usually wrap up the show right at 3:30. We're a minute over, so we'll go just
I'm
another minute.
sorry. I was late today, guys. I'm sorry.
That's
Bad
okay.
girl, bad girl. What you gonna do? Go ahead, Carol.
I'm gonna slap you. No, um,
Did I say spanking? I like spankings,
she
though.
was talking about you're either at cause or you're in effect, and so the people that are in effect are the ones that are blaming everything else. They're not accepting responsibility. But level 4 leaders, right? And I'm all about leadership. They know that they're at cause and they're 100% responsible for everything. Only when we take that stance can we then make a different choice, right, to get a different result.
That's right.
As
I love the rules of or the lessons or the understanding of cause and effect. I love that. Thanks for bringing that up, Carol. I just
You're
love
quite
that.
welcome. Kathleen says real quick, she's going to send you a friend request. And then she says a lot of people don't want to understand that. I had my car broken into years ago, and all they took was my Bible scriptures that were in a case. So they thought it was a purse, but it was the shattered window and the violation that bothered me so much.
And that's the thing. It's like, even if you have car insurance, your deductible is probably $500 or $1,000.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? It's like,
Yep.
what are we doing to other people? We're not thinking. And after COVID has broke something in us. So, and even though we're out of time, I still have one more card left, guys. So can you tell us what it is really quick, and I'll be quiet?
Your last card is A. My last one is A. A's A's love to be the center of attention. A's, everything is a party. A's don't want all the details. They want to make quick decisions. My trainer and coach who's teaching me this, who's been doing it for a decade, she'll tell you, I don't know how many cars I bought. When I want a car, I go buy the car. I tell them I don't want to read the paperwork. She goes, my husband is a B. He's been studying buying a car for 18 months, right? It's not personal, it's personality. A's like stimulation, competition, winning. They're all about image. A lot of the A's, like my little brother, even though he won't crack his code, I'd be willing to bet a lot of money that his number one code is A. What would compel me to say that? He'll sit there and tell you that the only place he buys clothes is Brooks Brothers and Polo. A's are all
Oh,
about being seen, right? Having that image. And that's my little brother. He is the center of attention everywhere he goes. A's value freedom, flexibility, spontaneity, and opportunity. And they live in the area of excitement. So for example, while B's stay inside the box, they like rules, processes, procedures. A's blew the box open. There is no box, right? K's, which is your second code, K's will tell you they create the box.
that's right. I bring the box. I bring the box
Exactly.
in the table, in the chairs, in
Yep.
everything.
Exactly. I love you. I love you, Max. We're going to have to wrap up this show. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Kathleen, for coming and joining us. Kathleen says, yes, only the best. Laugh out loud. Yeah, that's my little brother. I'll send you the link, Kathleen. We'll crack your code and you'll get a free report and we'll talk about it. But I'm adding this tool in my toolkit. I'm so excited about what it's going to do, not only in my life, but in the lives of others. Come back and see us next week. It might still be called the Intuitive Entrepreneur Show by then, but we're going to be going through some changes. So stick with us. It's going to be fun as always. send Max some love. Go on Max's page next week when she goes live. She's very, very, very good at what she does, and she has a big heart for people. Once again, thank you, Max.
Some love.
Send her some love. Send her some love. Love you guys. Thank you so much. And check me out on my page, and I'll post some pictures of the flood because it has not stopped pouring since we got on the show.
All right, guys. See you later.
Love you. Bye. Thanks, Aruba. Thanks, Kathleen.